Welcome, and I am Scotty of Orc Unity. On this channel, here I combine spirituality and science to help strengthen your self-development, holistic health, and most importantly, your spirit. My goal is to motivate you into self-actualizing, into your fullest potential, and creating the life that you want with intention. So begin taking action. Begin taking action in your mind. Listen to your spirit is the first key to victory. Spirit is your inner voice, is your self. And that is where you tap into the higher self, into higher spirit, into higher energy dimension. Whatever you want to believe it, whatever you want to call it. You get into a level of awareness that you normally have not reached. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to the spirit. Be in tune with it. That's the first action. So there is a question that I ask myself along my journey in life, where I began to take life by my own hands, and instead of blaming other people, realize that the change that I can make for myself now lies within who I am and the decisions I make. And I found it interesting how I did not examine all of my weaknesses, all of my flaws, did not examine how I was frustrated and irritated by circumstances, events, and people, even irritated with myself. But it was during this time when I started to ask the question, is it time for me to have a change now? Because I can imagine how my life would look if I kept on this course of action. It saddened me and disheartened me when all I could think about and visualize my future of something that was bleak and despondent, something that I did not want to wake up to every day. Dreading the sound of the alarm, going to work, going to school, being lost, don't know exactly what subject I wanted to take because I had so many varied interests and things I wanted to learn. And I was going along with the path of society. I was going with what my parents and how they were raised, and my peers, how they were taught the same ways to go to school, to get a degree, to get a job, a 9-to-5, and rinse and repeat, have a family, get a house. But then it was that one day when I realized I'm not happy because I haven't attained these things yet. I haven't been in these situations. I haven't achieved these certain goals. But are these goals really my goals? And I'm not discounting school. I'm not discounting the advice from your peers or parents or your teachers or counselors. But what I am wanting you to question is, are you listening to your inner voice? Are you listening to your inner intuition? Which the intuition is a merger of mind and heart. That's when it communicates, and that is when we are in touch with our higher self. And we are also in touch with our future self. But for the time being, you must ask yourself this question. Is it time for me to make a change today? I had to ask myself that question. And the moment I asked that question was the moment that I began to change my life. I began to walk into the self-confidence of who I am and who I was meant to be, into who I'm becoming now. And in fact, I believe I am it now. And have you been asking yourself that? Asking yourself, is it time for me to change my mind, my thought, my outlook, how I see life, how I interact with people, how I engage with the community around me, how I feel about certain events, how I felt about the past, the present, and the future? Where is it all going? Are my behaviors in alignment with my inner self? Am I acting in a way that is conducive to my well-being and planting the seeds for my future so that I may reap the harvest of tomorrow? Am I able to visualize that dream that I've always had since I was a child, or whatever age you had, and begin to work towards that dream? Because if you've asked yourself that question, is it time for a change? is that's when the dream is asking you to look at it again, to re-examine it, to check in, to see if your purpose is embedded in that dream. And I guarantee you, as you start chasing your dream, start to follow your dream, start to be excited about your dream, is when you'll lay the foundation of your future. Is when you realize that the change happens now. So to identify how to realize that it is a time for change is when you're unhappy, discontent with the present moment. And let me tell you, the present moment is all that we have. That time itself, a human construct, by the way, is a block. Past, present, future. Past, present, future is literally one. And the moment is all we have. So if you're unhappy now at this moment, you're leading that unhappiness to the future moment. And that future will become your present. That will become your present state. But once again, discontentment and unhappiness, dissatisfaction and unfulfillment. So, begin to ask yourself, what can I change today? What can I do today to make myself feel more alive, to make myself feel like I'm happier, to be content in the things that I'm doing, into changing my mindset to make me feel more confident, more vibrant, more active? What can I do to get me excited? To even when I do the monotonous things in this life, that it still excites me because I know at the end goal of doing all these monotonous things will be the accomplishment of something I could never have imagined. And then you begin doing those actions over and over again until it becomes habit. And through those habitual actions of listening to your inner self, of having a strong, deep mindset, of self-belief and self-awareness, and using your emotions to excite you, to be able to recognize things that are not meant for you. Connect that all into thought, into feeling, and most importantly, into action. There's a lot of talk about the law of attraction. And I learned this from the preacher T.D. Jakes, that the law of attraction, the word attraction, if you take out A-T-T-R, you are left with action. To activate the law of attraction is through action. And you see how it connects through spirit, through thought, to feeling, to action. And most of all, what you will find is that you will influence the people around you. Because when you are able to find happiness and contentment with yourself, when you create that change, when you embrace that change that you've always meant was for you, and now is you to activate it, you will begin to see how it uplifts others, uplifts the people around you, and inspires them. So, like I said, begin with that thought. Listen to your inner voice and go with it. And to put that in practice every day. Reflect on what you have done that day. Reflect on what things made you feel that you should go towards the direction of your fears, and which things and events and people that you should avoid more. There will be clear indicators that I call emotional spikes within you. And I mean emotional spikes not in a ecstatic where you're overly excited, because then that you'll fail into certain traps. But the energy spikes is, I'm getting a spine tingle. I feel my hair standing on end. Something is calling me from here and here to go towards that direction. That is the spirit working with your emotions. Now you're connecting everything. Because the key thing about this channel, Work Unity, and holistic development is about the integration and interconnectivity of the spirit, mind, body, emotion, and social realms of the human condition. Social is also community. So, now that we've had the result of the action, the steps that you take, the first step is to listen to that inner voice. Start to question, is it time for me to make a change with my friends, with these relationships, with elements of my family? There's certain things that we must remove ourselves from to become who we're always meant to be able to not only be happy for ourselves, but be able to affect the change in reality and affect our society and help others, uplift others of the same like mind, and attract more positive in life. What is it that you must change today to benefit yourself for the future? I remember when I first said that I needed to change, when I started to see my health deteriorate and how I was so unhappy with my occupation, working 2 jobs, mind you, with a surgically repaired knee. And it was hard. It was heartbreaking for me at that moment. And I told myself, talking to myself, listening to my inner voice, I got to get back into my body. I got to get back into what brought me to greatness, or what brought me confidence in who I am. And it was through those actions that has now led me to this point. Of course, be in the moment, enjoy the moment. But that voice is the most important of all. That is your inner dialogue. The dialogue that will bring you into a new level of understanding and awareness of who you are. An infinite being, infinite potential, a creator, a self-actualizer, a being that is yet fully expressed, but into becoming a fully expressed human. It is in my core belief, when you engage in the holistic development of the self, of becoming who you are, not only will you be helping yourself, ourselves, but you will be helping others as well, uplifting others through your actions, through being the change and being able to affect that change in the world, changing the reality around your circumstances, how you see the world, your perspective, how you feel about it, how you feel about life, and how you become energized in the morning. With that all said and done, be golden in thought, emotion, and action. Be org and be unity. Catch you next time.
Like and subscribe on YouTube. Booty in your face.
We found true happiness.